Hey there, thanks for checking out this video. We are going to take a look at this awesome photo book from Ernst Haas, who's probably my second favorite photographer after Saul Leiter. This is New York in color, 1952 to 1962. We'll take a look at some of his themes and subject matter that he liked to photograph during this time period. There is a foreword by his son Alex, which is really nice to read, and then also another little essay here that is a few pages talking about his use of Kodachrome and things like that. So let's get to the images here. He really liked reflections and colors, and so you're going to see a lot of that. The other thing that he did that you didn't see from a lot of street photographers, but he really likes architecture, and he likes playing with light and shadow on that architecture. This is really nice here. I just like that one simple hand sort of really brings that together. There's a lot of straight lines, but then you have these diagonal lines at the top, the light sort of centering right on them. Very nice. You're going to see this a lot. He loved slow shutter speed. He often shot with really slow film, like 25 ASA. And so you're going to see a lot of this motion. He really liked showing like the excitement, the movement, the motion of the city. This is really nice. You're going to see this a lot. He loves shooting late in the day. Could be early in the day, but I think it's late in the day. So you're going to see a lot of really long shadows here. And he really liked the top-down perspective. And so those two in combination here, really nice image. The two hats, they're dressed pretty much exactly the same. Really nice. He really liked the use of color here, photographing art or people that were painting or things like that he saw on the street. This is kind of funny, the big red balloon with the boy looking. This is one of my all-time favorites. I'd love to get a print of this on my wall. I don't know what it is about this shot. I love the diagonal lines. I love the placement of these three cabs, the colors. This is just beautiful. Again, top-down perspective, shooting straight down. He was a big fan of that. He shot a lot of posters that were torn. He's got a lot of torn poster kind of images with just some like random shapes and colors. It's kind of interesting. Here again, more slow shutter speed stuff. More architecture, reflection of architecture, things like that. But then he also did simple like city scenes like this, where you would just come across children or whatever on the sidewalk. This is gorgeous. I absolutely love this. I love everything is so dark. And you just, the one highlight here, the brightest thing is this woman's arm that she's got on her hip, her forearm, just being highlighted. It's just really nice. Here's a nice wall abstraction, he called it. Crowd in motion, this is titled. Obviously, I mean, nothing is sharp here. Everything is blurry. Almost, I wouldn't say it's abstract, but just a lot of colors and shapes here in motion. More slow shutter speed stuff. This a little bit reminds me of Saul Leiter. Just the one person walking. This is neat with the reflection. Sometimes I know this has happened to me a couple times where there'll be some window or some reflection. If you stand just at the right angle, you can actually repeat the person or vehicle or idea that's reflected. Good use of repetition. You got the hats in back of the car here. Here's a parade. You're going to see parades a number of times in the book. He really liked photographing those. More light and shadow with architecture. Very nice. A lot of nice use of lines here, but it does have a couple people here walking in that direction. This is interesting. At first I didn't really like it, but I do like the fact that we have this vehicle in motion sort of at the bottom going through the image. Really nice geometry here, and then just that one color up here in the corner. This is funny. You don't know if they saw him across the street and posed. I love the pose here from the two kids, the one-point composition. Just nice stuff. Here's some nice use of reflections. The soap on the window, reflection across the street. This one kind of reminds me a little bit of Fred Herzog. I mean, there's just a lot of busyness going on here. There's a lot of signs, a lot of words, a lot of colors. Even the buildings, there's a lot of repetition. Just very interesting. I like it. This is really nice too with the repetition of the laundry lines he's got. This is kind of interesting because everything is kind of dark for the most part. And then there's a sliver of where this guy's lit. You got the yellow up there. It's kind of busy, and it just makes you look around a little bit. Here's these long shadows again that he plays with late in the day. Here's some more reflection stuff with water. More reflection stuff there. Here's just simple, sometimes he just found interesting people and just photographed them. He didn't do a lot of it, but it's in there. This is gorgeous. I love this reflection of these vehicles. They're all the yellows, reds, the cabs, the regular vehicles, all reflected. All these boxes from the windows of the building. Just really nice. Good angle too. More kind of abstract here. He's obviously here, it looks like he's moving the camera, like it's a slow shutter speed. He's deciding to move it up or down while the shutter is open. This is kind of funny with the three women. They're almost standing on the roof of these cars. More architecture here. More everyday kind of city scenes. This is nice. Again, slow shutter speed, vehicles, movement, traffic, and architecture. Reflected buildings. He loved doing that. Again, late in the day stuff here. That's the Brooklyn Bridge. This is great. I love this again. The really low sun, the shadow coming in, putting it on that wall right there. Really nice. More colors and shapes he kind of played with. Here's some more parade stuff here. Repetition. This is really nice because they're holding flags that have a lot of lines, and you got the two lines on the road. Again, high perspective again. Here's really late. We're getting to night here now with a couple of these. Nice use of leading lines here. Really late in the day, but still some light, and you see some silhouettes down here, which is really nice. The umbrella there. This is nice repetition, and it took me a while. After I was looking at this for a few seconds, I finally noticed that there's an actual person in there, the back of that head. Nice use of color, again, the red and the yellow. Everything else is fairly monotone though, but the vehicles really pop. Very Saul Leiter-ish there, definitely. With the raindrops on the window and the woman wearing the scarf on her head. It's really nice. This is nice. I've seen this one before. Just a really low light, the sun hitting that. Great, I love this. You got these boys, and it's fairly dark. The sun's hitting this, and she's, breaking up that big color palette. The girl on the swing, really nice. Interesting little reflection there with the legs. Sleeping cars, he called that. That's interesting. I like how there's so much, I don't say negative space, but put the cars way at the bottom here of the shot. This is neat. The guy's just sitting there, but then the child in motion running, just a little bit of blur there. Nice use of reflection, shapes, lines, geometry. More colors, red, yellow. He called this one Rush Hour. You can just see all the activity. Really nice. I don't think anything is still in that. This I've always liked. I don't know what it is. Again, diagonal lines, a straight line, kind of forcing you to go into this guy just standing there with his hat up. But then you got this circle right there. Really interesting. Nice shadow action there, and he put the lamppost in the open spot there. A lot of curves there, curves and straight lines. Good contrast. More rush hour stuff, low light stuff. This beautiful Saw Lighter has a shot like this. Just really nice with that one hand being lit up, like in the back of a cab or something, or just pointing to something. Nice red and yellow here. Again, you got a lot of red and yellow. Okay, you got the red and yellow here, then you got the yellow sign with the red lettering, you the yellow pumps. Really nice. This is cool how you go through all of this. Your eye will usually always go to red in a photograph, in a color photograph. There's a junkyard, that's a Fred Herzog kind of shot there. More torn posters. Repetition again, parade, another parade. The red, the gray, the white, all sort of popping. This is neat. It's probably the only one, well, there's been a couple other ones, but where people are actually looking at the camera. This is the cover of the book. This is just beautiful. I mean, you're not going to see that today. You're going to have someone standing there on their phone probably, but just the pose, the hat, the car, it's just outstanding. Also reminds me of Fred Herzog, just the architecture there, just shooting kind of the industrial part of the city. That's funny, someone in a costume, someone carrying art. Again, this is really nice. I love this. The red traffic light. Again, this low light, putting these shadows on the building, but then that red light from the stoplight. And again, red again with the mannequin. He really liked red. More low light stuff. Late in the day. This one is interesting because what's the story here? Like, I don't know what this is. Is he lifting something? Did he fall down? Like, it's one of those street photographs where you're asking more questions and you're getting answers. More movement. Looks like this was design. No, again, vertical reflection. He may have been moving the camera. And here he put vertical lines in the reflection of a city cab, which is a neat idea. More motion. Taxis in motion, a lot of that. Simple street corner stuff here. More, here we're getting into actually night photography. Same thing here, rainy reflection. So here he's late in the day reflecting in bad weather. This is nice how they're going together. This is beautiful lighting. You could see a wedding photographer maybe setting up a shot like that. More posters, street poster. More simple city scenes he's seen. Here's some reflection, some architecture. That's really interesting, oil spill. You know? Looking down, as street photographers, we usually look straight ahead. Rarely do we look up or look straight down, and that's a nice composition. Good repetition, both of these. Here's nice reflection stuff here. A lot of architecture. He almost divides it in half. There's a lot of vertical lines going on. Going to red, here's like a red hat or something being displayed, but there's a woman wearing red, carrying a red bag. It's very interesting. A lot of yellow and red again. He really was drawn to that. This is nice. Just a simple, putting them fairly low on the bottom here. These guys playing handball. mannequin legs. You like mannequins too. I'm glad to see that, because I've always been a mannequin fan. That's a nice 1-point composition there. This is really interesting. This reminds me of Saul Leiter, definitely. Putting this guy kind of way up here, and there's all these lines and stuff that kind of draw you into the person. That's funny, painting in the back. More architecture, reflected architecture, really nice there. This is interesting. I like how we put these people down here. Again, repetition, liked a lot of repetition. More upside down reflection, and this is really nice. More reflection, late in the day, reflected building, but you have all these white lights on in the other windows, kind of sporadically throughout. This is great too. Again, top down, he's almost shooting straight down, guy cutting through, and you just have this broom sticking out. Very nice. More stuff like Saul, like putting that guy up there and kind of forcing you. I mean, this is all interesting down here, but eventually you get up to that corner where that person is. It's called window cleaner. This is great. I don't know if these are like school uniforms. What are the odds of getting 3 kids with red long sleeve shirts and blue jeans? But just the use of lines. There's some triangles going on in here, the way he waited and placed that other kid in the shot. More torn posters. Very slow shutter speed here. This is almost getting watercolorish. Skyscrapers, more architecture, more light and shadow. Just really played with that a lot. Here's some night stuff, little Fred Herzog-ish here with the neon lights, things like that. There's the Statue of Liberty there. This is one of his most popular ones. You'll see this in a lot of street photography books. The 2 arrows and then the two vehicles going by with that slow shutter speed and the motion. It's really nice. And this one's really nice too. Just the arrow on the pavement, the texture, because the paint is fading. More window reflections. And that is it. So this was one of the first photo books I ever got. Once I discovered him, I really wanted to get some of his work. It's an outstanding body of work, and it's led me to be a big fan of his. So I will leave a link down below, an Amazon link where you can check this out, read reviews. It's an affiliate link. If you end up purchasing it, I do get a few dimes tossed my way. That would be great. Otherwise, check out my other links and my website as well. Hope you enjoyed this, a little walk through the work of Ernst Haas. We'll see you soon with another video. Thanks. Bye-bye.